To go back to what Trump did, though, yesterday, a lot of the criticism he got in 2016 and 2020, maybe even fairly, is that the campaign and he stepped on his own message, even when the issues were so far in his favor. On the economy, we see him polling in all the swing states. He is dominating on the economy. This cycle, it's not like that. We're actually talking about Kamala Harris and her tax on unrealized capital gains. We're actually talking about Kamala Harris's record. And I think it's good because there's some statistics that came out in the past couple of days that I think are really incredible. 8.4 million Americans are now working second jobs. That's the highest since the 1980s. At the same time, the average American family lost $28,000 a year due to inflation. That means that millions of Americans are working a second job for free just to make up for the shortfall that the Biden-Harris team has delivered. The average family also needs $110,000 to buy their first home. This is the legacy of Biden-Harris, and to have President Trump out there delivering these kind of speeches and having the media, all the networks talking about it, is a huge win for the Trump campaign.
Because he's talking about policy and not doing the personal attacks. Yesterday was about actual proposals that he would do, and that's what many of his critics and his supporters have said. Come out with policy, talk about what's America, take us forward. Don't talk about the 2020 election being stolen from you. Don't make personal, racial attacks or gender attacks on your opponent. Talk about what you can do. He did exactly that yesterday.
He already has the people who want to hear that.
Yeah.
He already has those people. The people he needs are the people who are impacted by this $28,000 a year, Biden-Harris tax or whatever you want to call it.
John, real quick before we go, I do want to get your take on this because he also laid out these plans with billionaire Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk. Watch what he said about this.
Elon Musk, who has given me his complete and total endorsement. I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force. This commission will develop an action plan to totally eliminate fraud and improper payments within 6 months. This will save trillions of dollars.
All right, John, what do you say?
Great idea. Let's make the federal government more efficient. This is long overdue. This is going to be great for the American taxpayer. We have to have more of a business mentality running Washington so that we better allocate resources to the benefit of the U.S. taxpayer.
And that is one of the things that got Donald Trump elected in 2016, Joe.
Someone like Elon Musk, who already has critics out there, who doesn't seem to mind having critics, he is the ideal person who to point out these inefficiencies that would exist in government. And I got a secret for you. There's inefficiencies in government.
There is?
Yeah. There's inefficiencies.
There's pork barrel spending happening in Washington? You're kidding.
There's gambling in Casablanca, right? I mean, there are inefficiencies in government.
And there's probably a lot of